Hey everybody! All right, haven't gone live in a while. I lost my little earpiece, so I'm just trying it with the phone again. Hopefully you can hear me. I'm also recording on a GoPro next to this. I'm going to try just putting stuff on YouTube and then putting it over to the Facebook page. I'm finishing up monsooned Malabar right now. I think you can probably hear that cracking. That's the end of the first crack. We're doing this monsooned Malabar to a light. This is what it looks like before I roast it. Kind of see how white it is. It's been basically fermented in a warehouse. They crank up the humidity and then blow fans on it, and it simulates the ride back to England aboard an old schooner. It used to take about 6 months. But when they got the steamships, coffee got back to England so fast that it lost the kind of monsoon flavor of being on the top deck. So they started doing simulated monsoons and kept the coffee alive. It's actually a pretty nice specialty Arabica from the Malabar region. Let's see, so I don't forget later, we're running our 1-2 free sale at the web store, foodforestfarms.com. The first thing you'll see on the coffee page is our 1-2 free sale. So you get to pick 2 pounds of any single origin. So you can pick this monsoon Malabar and an Ethiopian or a Costa Rican and a Guatemalan. Lots of fair trade and organic coffees up there. Go take a peek. And then for your third, for your 1-2 free, you can get one of these cool new tie-dyes that we just made. See the old air roasted, we don't burn your beans. That's funny, because on the Facebook one it's going to be backwards. But you get the idea. Oh yeah, here. And then the front is just basically our logo up in the breast pocket. So you could get that for your free item, or you could get one of our super cool Food Forest Farms coffee mugs for your free item. Or you can get a pound of Brian's Blend coffee, or if you need a coffee grinder, write that in the comments, or if you need a brewer, I've got a number of French presses I can send out. Or we are an official Melita distributor if you want a nice porcelain dripper. Happy to send that out too. Got to turn the airflow down as the coffee goes through the first couple of minutes of a new cycle. It's dissipating a ton of heat, and actually it's taking on a ton of heat, I mean, and it gets rid of a bunch of the water. So a lot of the percentage of the water in the beans will get cooked out in the first 2 minutes or so, and which makes it lighter, right? And in this air roaster, it's a once in, up from the bottom, through the beans, and then through the exhaust and out the garage. So it's once in, once out airflow. So I have to continually adjust that air pressure of how much the beans fly up in the air, or else they'll get shot into the exhaust system. It's basically just a listening thing and a time thing. We're trying to do this monsoon Malabar. Oh, here, I'll show you how it came out. Oh, hey, look. We have escaped ducks. Hey, guys. Well, those are the mama ducks. I will show you these little guys. Hey, go back in the yard, knuckleheads. The problem is, since they can fly, pretty much hard to tell them where to go. They pretty much go where they want to go. All right, don't run in the street anyway. So that's the light roasted monsoon Malabar. Just took it up right to first crack. I've got to make some portion packs for my restaurant client. We make them. They run 1,000 milliliter French press pots. They do a French press service, kind of like how you go to the bar and you get the fancy bar menu. If you sit down to eat there, you get a side menu of single origin French press gold cup standard service coffees. So you get to pick out what you want. I make the portion packs the right amount for 1,000 milliliters, so the waiters and waitresses just dump it through the grinder, grind the whole pack into the French press, and then put on the hot water, bring it out with a little timer, and then that way when it hits 4 minutes, you can plunge it if you want. Gold cup standard, if you want it a little darker, you can let it go longer at your table, or if you like it a little lighter, you can depress the plunger maybe at 3 minutes. Make a little smoother, lighter coffee. Let's see. Next one up is after this monsoon, I'm going to do this Ethiopian. It's called the Ethiopian Shegitu. Shegitu means the beautiful one. So what it is it's a blend of the coffee regions in Ethiopia. Each region puts their best bean up every year, and then they blend that together, and then that's called the Shegitu. Now this is the Costa Rican I'm going to do after that. This came from the Terrazoo region. If you look on the map, that's south of San Jose. You kind of see these rivers form a little triangle and then go out to the ocean. It's right in that little triangle. It's nice high altitude. Gets good Pacific side breezes, so it has temperature fluctuation during the day. And then this last one I'm going to do is a fair trade organic Guatemalan, a little lower altitude, but more like a rainforest coffee. Let's see here. Beans are up to 432. That's about where I want them. Now we're going to turn the heat down on the airstream, so the actual heat of the airstream is going to drop. Slow down the airstream a little bit, right? So it's in contact with the beans a little bit longer as it slides by. I think you could probably hear that. That was the first crack, the very first snap. Roasters will usually log that down and create a graph of what each profile looks like. After a couple thousand roasts on the same roaster, you just get to know what it sounds like. And it's funny because each coffee has its own crack point. This one happens to be like 434, 435 on the nose every time. What it is the water molecules that are trapped inside the crystal structure of the bean have boiled long ago, but it's trapped inside a crystal, right? So you have boiling steam that's got to go somewhere, and it finally gets to enough pressure at 435 degrees. That's enough to shatter that particular crystal structure. It all has to do with how dense the beans are, how much energy it takes to pop through. You can probably hear that. That's a nice vigorous first crack. We're hanging right at 435. That's right where I want to be for the final color. It has to do with caramelizations of the sugars. Right as it starts to mellow on the cracking, we're going to put it into the cooling tray because we don't want it past, much past light roast. I really like to be able to taste the monsooning process in this coffee. And if you go too dark, you lose the taste of what they tried to put into it for you. Now our crack's starting to slow down. I'm hanging right at a great temperature. I try to do my light roast first, then my medium, then my dark, as the roaster kind of starts to get hotter and hotter. All right. Okay, so the Ethiopian just went in. We're gonna get this monsoon cooled down. Now the way this works is I have a big huge blower outside connected to my exhaust pipes. So you have this air once in through the roaster, cooks the coffee, out through the exhaust system. It goes through a little T. This is my cooling rack right here. So when I dump the beans in this screen tray, they sit on top of an air box. Right here is my air dam. So I open up the gate and it adds suction down through the beans, out through the exhaust system. So it's pulling room air down through the beans really fast. It's a pretty big, it's like a 1/2 horsepower motor. Alright, so that's cooling down. That's heating up. Figured I'll show you the ducks over here, and then I'm going to turn this off and focus on some roasting. Let's see, what else happened? Oh, farm update, I forgot. So we ended up finishing the first duck pen. It is something like 40 by 20. We moved over 2 females and a male. Gave them a nice little swimming pond, made some shelter for them, set up some roofing so it all drains down the corrugated plasticized roofing stuff, so it drains into their pond. So now that we've got rainy season, it'll keep filling up for them. The folks that are renting from us over there and staying out there are feeding them every day. And we built a really good pen, and they've got a nice little puppy. So just want to see how these ducks go and defend against the bears and the raccoons and the coyotes and all the stuff that's over there. See if they keep alive. Then we'll get some more ducks out there. Plan is to get up to 1,000 ducks out there. If anybody needs a really nice free-range Muscovy duck for Christmas or Thanksgiving, we're taking orders. $50 cleaned on ice, delivered at the farm gate to you. Got to be a Washington State resident. Well, no, you just have to take possession of Washington State. Where you take the duck after that is up to you. All right, let's see. Oh, and we are going to be in the Christmas market where the old Sears is, and right now I guess it's the Halloween store at the west end of the Commons Mall, Federal Way, Washington. So every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from Thanksgiving through Christmas, so those 5 weekends, we'll have a stand set up. We'll be serving great coffees, hot chocolates, apple ciders, and slinging pounds of fresh roasted specialty coffee. So anyway, that's the plan for the fall. Go see some shows, help everybody get rolling. All right, place an order, share our page. Have a fantastic day. Peace. All right, let's see. If I can edit that transition out, I will later. I haven't figured out editing yet. But I figured I would come and show everybody the duck since we've got a few minutes on that roast. Now all those guys in the pond are June 1st ducks. If you look way over there underneath that apple tree, the old man with the red face, he is Henry. He's Papa Duck. He's Papa to all these guys. And then you've got, oh, let's see, there's an intermediate sized duck. That white one right there fighting for the apple, and that white and green one in the background. Those are November ducks from last year. Those are girls. These are their 2 little flocks.
That white one had 4, and well, she had more than that. 4 are left. And this white one with green, she had 15. Yep, so there's pools and ponds in both of our front yards. This is the downspout to the house. Drains through a hay filter into the 55-gallon drum, and then the drum overflows back into the pool. So for 9 months out of the year, that pool just keeps refreshing itself continually. Alright. See you, ducks. I gotta get back to roasting coffee.